What is going on? Welcome back to the channel. Today is December the 4th. I want to give you a quick pre-market update, go over some of the hot movers and what big money is really doing today. Before we get into any of that, make sure to hit that thumbs up. And with that, let's get right to it. So starting off with data points, we did already have challenger job cuts, came in at 71,000, forecast was 98,000. So that came in a little bit better. Aside from that though, initial jobless claims is going to be on the table. So that's going to be the other big one for today. Current forecast for that is 220. So right now, I think the market's kind of unsure on how to interpret the challenger job cuts because that is good data, but as I've indicated in the past, market wants somewhat negative data to justify rate cuts. But so I think the market's kind of holding its breath for initial jobless claims. Aside from that though, Dow is up 0.16, S&P up 0.16, NASDAQ up 0.11. There really hasn't been that much in speculative topics or anything else along those lines. Fear and greed index is under the fear category, so in theory, people's appetite for risk is improving from what it was, but based on some of the stocks I'm going to be talking on and kind of the most heavily traded, I would feel that this would be under the greed category because things are just going up like crazy. But getting right to it, SoFi. SoFi is up 0.31%. That's not one of the stocks that obviously is just going up like crazy, but I think the market is digesting the recent fireside chat, so a lot of good things were stated from that. But yesterday, for whatever reason, we did see a lot of institutional transactions, most of which were sells. So SoFi did lag yesterday, so I'm not really sure exactly why. But no news, no SEC filings from them. 9.9% of the free floats being shorted. Works to be 117 million shares overall are being shorted. During the pre-market, shorts are returning about 223 shares, and that is it. Right now, big one for today is going to be that 29.94. So with it right now at 29.15, it is between this R1 and the pivot. So 28.37 and 29.94. It's going to be the next strong support and targets. So just kind of watch for those. And in my opinion, once initial jobless claims, let's say it comes in a little bit lower or even in line, that could be enough to really push the broader market higher. But we'll have to kind of wait and see. NIO is kind of recovering, up 3.7%. So this is definitely long past due because over the last 1 month it is down 35%. Absolute craziness. The only thing that really came out to justify that was this right here. So L90 has surpassed 40,000 deliveries just 4 months after launch. So this is some pretty solid data, and generally the market always looks favorably on kind of demand type of news or new launch type of stuff. So this definitely is kind of meets that criteria. Regarding shorts though, they are increasing about 76,000 shares during the pre-market. 11.32% of the free floats being shorted. Works out to be 156 million shares overall are being shorted. Right now with that 496, it is trading between this S1 and this S2. So 473 is going to be a strong support. And in fact, that was the low for yesterday. And then 526 is going to be the next strong target / resistance. So I think this stock will be a pretty good day trade for today. The rest of the stocks, as I mentioned, are just going up quite considerably, despite maybe the validity of the, news, but ticker PMI sitting at 244 during the pre-market. The reason why they are up almost 21% is because of this. So they are presenting at a conference in Germany. So again, biotechs usually aren't my forte in general, but this seems absolute crazy that it's up almost 20-something% because of them presenting at a conference. So I don't know. Do your own due diligence, of course. It's not heavily shorted, so only 1.35% of the free floats being shorted. Works to be 353,000 shares, so they're not going to be that big of a deal. During the pre-market though, they are increasing about 3,000 shares. So again, nothing too significant. With it right now at 244, it is trading between this pivot and this S1, so 198 and 253 is going to be the next strong support and target. This one will be a pretty good one though to watch for day trades. So if it is able to get above that 251, even though I personally don't see it justified for it to be up this much, it could easily just FOMO could kick in and maybe even better yet, hit that 304. So this one, just add this one to your watch list. Moving on, ticker is PLRZ. It is up a very impressive 115%, although over the last 1 year it is down 99.6%, so not doing that great. The reason why they are moving higher is because of this. So it looks like potentially redefining next generational nasal protection. So again, as I mentioned, this usually isn't my forte, but the fact that they are just saying potentially in the title is kind of comical. So it's definitely very much a speculative play. When it comes down to it, the market cap is only 13.9 million. So as I've indicated, even though technically this does show us being under the fear category, I would assume that we are under the greed because everything is just going up like crazy. When it comes down to this stock though, 1.8% of the free float is being shorted, works out to be 35,000 shares. So they're not going to be that big of a deal for today. With it at 1520-ish. It is below this S2 because of the crazy price action that's happened, reverse stock splits if they have done one. I'll just give you guys a quick overview of that. So they did two, both this year, November the 28th. So that one just happened, a 1 for 6, and then May 27th, they did a 1 for 250. So because of all that, this is why the fib levels are just out of whack. But for today, 1919, that's going to be kind of the target to really watch for. Even though, again, I don't really see this being too justified to be this green. And then last but not least, Crescent Biopharma. It is up almost about 15%. Over the last 1 year, it is down 56.73%. Reason being, they did put out this SEC document early this morning, a 8K, and it kind of shows some licensing agreements and some collaboration, some updates for that. So all of which were done on December the 2nd. So market is liking this. Out of the three though, this actually seems to be the most valid reason why it is moving higher. But 17.42% of the free float is being shorted, works to be 555,000 shares overall being shorted. Given the fact that shorts are about like 18%, it is fair to assume that they will try to manipulate and kind of be fairly active today. So just kind of anticipate that. With it at 1550, it is right above this R1. So 1545 is going to be a key point to really watch for. 1415 and then 1625. So just kind of take a mental note. This one will be another hot one for day trades. So let me know your thoughts on these stocks. Don't forget to hit that thumbs up and subscribe. One final thing, pop over to my Patreon if you're looking for some solid buy signals on stocks, options, crypto. Put out daily day trades, numerous swing trades. I even lowered one of my tiers to $15 just for more of a promotion. And yeah, I put out absolute bangers. So worthwhile to kind of pop over there and check that out. With all that said, appreciate all of you watching.